Hey everybody, just a devotional thought for you today. I hope it'll be an encouragement. One of the things that Christians are running into um, recently quite a bit, but we always have, is the ability to express our devotion and love for God in a way that's positive, in a way that helps everybody around us understand what God's like. There are all kinds of ways to express our faith in God in ways that are incredibly negative and often hypocritical. I've been a lifelong fan of anime. If you don't know what anime is, it's really they're Japanese cartoons, for lack of a better way of expressing it. But I have been watching those since I was a little kid. And there's this one stereotype in anime I'd like to share with you all. It's called a yandere. And yanderes are often young girls they look very sweet. They look well put together, very mature, and often the main character is interested in them and wants to go out with them. And as soon as he does, oftentimes he finds out that their sweetness and their facade is really masking this obsessive, almost mental illness desire to be with that guy. Um, Oftentimes, these yandere girls will look calm and innocent, but they'll do things like turn into stalkers or become homicidal maniacs. They'll kidnap family members and love rivals and do all kinds of crazy, violent stuff because they're unable, catch this, they're unable to express their love and devotion for the guy in a way that's positive. They have no way to really understand how to positively express what they're feeling. So they explode and do all kinds of things that negatively affect their relationship with the guy. I used to work in youth group, and never in youth group did I ever give the advice to a guy or to a girl that if they want to get with somebody or go out and have a relationship or get a boyfriend or girlfriend, that they should go kidnap the boyfriend's family or girlfriend's family and torture them, because then that'll prove their undying love for the person. It doesn't make sense. It has an incredibly negative effect on what you're trying to do. And sometimes it's done for comedic effect, but usually it's the shock value of discovering this one character in the story as a yandere. I want to read you a verse here from Psalm chapter 16. I'm going to read you a couple of verses, actually, and I'm going to help tie this thought together here. Psalm chapter 16, starting in verse 9. Therefore, my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Now, the Psalms are a collection of really ideas and forms of worship and music that give the nation of Israel an identity. And they look towards this identity in times of crisis, like when they become slaves again, or when they're kicked out of their land and deported, or when armies are trying to invade, or when they're facing plagues. And it helps the people of God express themselves in ways that make God understandable. And this might seem kind of strange, but here are two things that Christians really need to express their love for God in a positive way. They need, first of all, praise for God, and second, joyfulness. When I praise someone, I have to know something about them that I can praise. Like, I can praise my wife for being a hard worker. I can praise my little daughter for being a good communicator. I can do that because I've seen my wife work very hard. I've seen my little daughter talk to me for half an hour about deep subjects. There has to be some known quality to praise. So when people praise God, they have to know what God's like. And to do that, we also find out what he dislikes. And that keeps us from being yandere Christians. Also, having a joyful attitude helps us be content. And it keeps us from being irritable, angry, vengeful. And it keeps our expression of love for God like God's character, if that makes sense. So the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking about praise and joyfulness as necessary things for Christians to communicate their love for God in positive ways. Let's not be yandere Christians, folks, because it's foolish to try to love God and do things that he hates. That's just counterproductive. I hope this makes sense to you. Hope it's encouragement to you. I hope you'll think about it. And have a great week, and God bless.